Well, according to EASA, the Civil Aviation Authority in Europe, there are currently 11 conflict regions which operators need to be aware of. And when I say that they need to be aware of it, it means that these regions are considered so dangerous that they have actual flight restrictions imposed on them. EASA now share this information through conflict zone information bulletins, which contains all of the relevant information and restrictions pulled together from intelligence gathered by different EASA states, plus the UK and the United States. These bulletins contain information about the current situation, its background, as well as the real risk levels. And they make recommendations about what precautions operators should take if they're thinking about flying through these regions. Plus, it helps them carry out their own risk assessments on whether they actually should fly through these areas or not. Some of these recommendations contain minimum flight levels and others are mandatory prohibitions, in other words, no-fly zones. And right now, these no-fly zones includes the airspace over Yemen, Syria, Libya, Ukraine and Sudan. But there is one area which until very recently has been fairly conspicuously missing from that list, and that's Israel. Now, I say until very recently because this actually changed after we had planned to film this video. During the last weeks of September of 2024, Israel launched an attack on Lebanon, which on the 29th of September caused the EASA to reissue a bulletin for Israeli airspace, basically saying that it's now considered very dangerous to fly there. So before we go into the most recent situation, let's take a look at what happened in the lead up to that situation and why Israel has been considered reasonably safe, even though it's been embroiled in conflict for decades at this point. The Israel-Gaza conflict is currently one of the most active conflicts in the world, with hundreds of projectile weapons available to both sides. Israel's capital city, Tel Aviv, is regularly targeted by several different militant groups, and the international airport, Ben Gurion, lies very close to all of these target areas. Aside from rockets and missiles, there are also weaponized drones, generally high levels of military activity, airstrikes and air defense systems to worry about. So how has that been mitigated? Well, Israel has an exceedingly advanced air defense system, known to most as the Iron Dome. And this system, which is used to protect against short-range rockets, is actually only one part of the multi-layered defense systems that Israel use. So what is this system and how does it work? Well, the Iron Dome protects against short-range projectiles and low-tech rockets from a distance of around 70 kilometers or so. It forms a sort of inner ring within the complete system, providing a final shield for the city below, and during the current conflict,